Hello, I'm Ben from Composite Cladding and Decking Supply, and today we're going to show you how to install the Millboard Shadowline and Board and Batten cladding. If you order from us, you don't need to worry about any of this, but one of the most important things is the pre-installation. So firstly, you need to make sure the boards are supported every 400mm and laid on a flat surface. You need to make sure your corners are laid on a fully supported surface. These are a slightly flexible material, so they can move and twist, so it's important to keep those warm before installation as well. If you do need to move the boards, it's important that you put the boards face to face and back to back. And when you lift them from the middle rather than dragging them and damaging the ends. We always recommend leaving your cladding out in the environment it's going to be in to acclimatise for at least 72 hours before installation. So the tools you'll need: tape measure, pencils, set squares, circular saw and a combi drill. But it's normally advisable to put all of your battens in place before you start the project. And we'll obviously need to put the battens perpendicular to the direction of the board, which you can see here. So we're going to go for a horizontal board through here with vertical battens and a vertical board here with horizontal battens. We normally recommend putting these every 600mm apart. In a high wind area or high load area, you might want to go up to 400mm centres on the cladding. So every project is different. We normally recommend starting on the corner of your building if you do have corners. If you're laying your boards horizontally and you don't have corners, for example, you want to start at the bottom and work your way up. And if you're going vertical boards, you want to start either the left or the right hand side and working your way across. So first up, we need to put the corner trims on our corner pieces. So depending on what type of cladding you have, we have two corner trims. We have the corner trim for the board and batten profile, which you can see the boards are designed to butt up to these corners. And then with the Shadowline, the boards are designed to hook just inside this lip on the edge, so then it all remains completely hidden. So you don't have to use the corner trims, you can mitre the corners in yourself. But as you'll see here with this external corner, these do hide the edge of the board, making it nice and easy and simple to put on like that. So the most important thing to note with the corner trims, and this goes for all of the corner trims that we sell, is you should never fix through the face. The way that we should fix the corner trims to our corner of our building is to take the perforated closures supplied, put them inside the corner trim and then fix them every 200mm centres along the edge. So now we've got the perforated closure attached to the external corner. We're going to offer this up to the batten and we're actually going to screw through the perforated closure straight into the batten, again avoiding any screws going into the corner itself. So to give you the best possible demonstration today, we've installed the cladding with two different types of starter trims. So we have the vertical board starter trim, which is this one, and the horizontal, which is this one. So the horizontal starter trim and both the vertical as well will need to be installed at 600 centres still, using the 20mm cladding screws provided. You do need to countersink those starter trims too, to avoid catching on the board when you put them in. You can see here on this one, you have a J trim for the horizontal. Okay, and what we're looking to do is hook in the bottom of the Shadowline over the edge of that, and then we're going to slide it into our corner, just like that. So for the vertical boards, I've just got this handy offcut to save moving a massive piece around, but as you can see, this will sit on top of the vertical starter trim. We'll start right in the corner here, and that will sit on there like that. So this might sound really obvious, but it's really important that all of your starter trims are all installed completely bang level. Obviously that's going to make a big difference when you come to putting the cladding boards on, either vertically or horizontally. It will really show. So before I start fixing these boards into position, you might look at it and think everything seems to have fitted together quite nicely today. We have obviously pre-cut everything before we've actually put everything in place today. The starter trims, the perforated closures we've cut with an angle grinder, and all of the boards we've been cutting with a circular saw. So when you're screwing through, you should always screw through the lip of the board. There's actually a little guide mark all the way along this edge. Now when you are doing it, especially on your first ones, you want to make sure that you're going in at a slight angle just to make sure you pinch the board and you hold it into position like so. So you don't need to pre-drill these. It's only one screw per batten and it's really important not to over tighten them. So because this is a tongue and groove system, the idea is that this hooks in over the top of here, like so. You should find it will cover the screws as you go, like this. It's completely strong enough like this, and then on your next board you're fixing into here. I think it's important to say when you get to the end of the run, you're probably going to have to end up cutting off the tongue. So what we then recommend is the colour-headed screws to fix through to the face of the board. So the final piece to consider is the reveal, or the fascia board as some people know it. It's 146mm wide, so that will allow you to go around most windows and doors. You can use 2 if you need to get the right depth. It's really important when you're installing the reveal board to use the colour-headed screws to keep all the fixings hidden. My top tip is to separate all the grain patterns when you first install the boards to make sure there's nothing side by side and keeping it as natural looking as possible. The final thing to consider is always the touch-up paint to hide any cut ends or any sort of imperfections where you've made a joint. Thank you very much for watching our training video on Envello cladding. We hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have. One of my favourite things about Millboard is the variety of colours, different textures and styles you can get, and as we can see here, we've got a huge range available for sale.